Covalent bonding is similar to other types of bondings in terms of how atoms wish to satisfy the octet rule and fill their valence shell. In the case of these two hydrogen atoms, they both wish to have 2 electrons in their outer shell. So as a result, the positive proton of each atom is attracted to the negative electron of the other. So they want to come closer to each other. Now, down here, let's draw what happens if we were able to squeeze them really, really close to each other. So let's draw the hydrogen and the electrons. Now what happened is, now the atoms are too close. The positive proton of each atom and the negative electrons are repelling each other and they wish to go away. Now let's draw what they would look like realistically. At this distance, which for hydrogen is 74 picometers, the 2 atoms are able to share an electron while also balancing the positive and negative energy coming from the electrons and protons. Now that we're familiar with both types of bonding, let's compare and contrast some of the physical differences. So one ionic compound that we can use is NaCl, which you guys should be familiar with by now. And for the covalent bond, let's use the example that we just used of H2, or hydrogen gas. Now, we know that ionic bonds form when 2 atoms transfer electrons and a positive cation and a negative anion bond together. As a result, ionic bonds are much stronger. This makes them hard to break apart, and as a result, they have a high, I'm going to draw an arrow to represent a high boiling point or melting point. On the other hand, covalent bonds tend to be a little weaker. As a result, they have lower boiling points / melting points. Another physical difference between the two bonding is that ionic bonds tend to be good conductors of electricity. Let me get a little low to write this. Good conductors. They're especially good conductors when they are dissolved in water. However, on the other hand, covalent bonds are poor conductors. They're actually poor conductors in any state of matter. Poor conductors. Another difference between the two types of bonding that you should know is that ionic bonding tends to happen between a non-metal and a metal. For example, non-metal sodium and metal chlorine. On the other hand, covalent bonding tends to happen between a non-metal and a non-metal, as we can see here with 2 non-metal hydrogens.